coming to you as part of the Simmer Down series, all about how to prevent the pop off, right? That is prevalent in our community. And let's just talk about some of the things that go along with it. So, this particular video is about simmering down and slimming down at the same time. Now, one of the things that we may or may not know is that when we get ready to pop off, right? The pop off, if you've seen some of the other videos, pop off is usually in response to either trauma, right, or some type of external or internal stressor, right? So basically, it's a stress response. The pop off is a stress or a trauma response. So there's usually something that's stressing us out, and the pop off is our knee jerk reaction to it. So here's the thing: typically, when we are in the midst of a pop off, right, or in the aftermath of a pop off, we are usually the first thing that most of us typically do, I know that I do, is go get something to eat. It's usually, and 9 times out of 10, if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not aware, it's either sugar or some type of carb, right? I like my sugar and my salts together. So my old go-to was a payday and salt and vinegar chips. I had to have potatoes and sugar. Well, here's the thing: when we are in the midst of a pop-off moment or in the aftermath, what is happening is our adrenal glands are putting cortisol, the hormone cortisol, into our body. It's pumping up cortisol. Now, cortisol is not a bad thing, right? It's actually a good thing. It helps us stay alert, helps us get ready for the day, helps us prepare to take action, right? But when you're in the midst recovering from a pop off, right, and you're still in the middle of that pop off energy, if you are going to sugar or carbs, right, and I'm talking about the unhealthy carbs, because that's usually the ones we fall to, the ice cream, and, high sugar, high fat, high sugar, high carb type of thing, because those things are comforting for us, right? It makes us feel loved. It makes us feel all good. The sugar kind of dulls and numbs any type of negative responses or negative feelings that we have. And so, what I want to encourage you to do, if you are looking to do something different, right? Get on the anti pop off diet, right? Slim down while you simmering down. One of the go tos that we teach, that I teach the coaches that I work with, is this idea called Gorge on Greens. Now, we've got an 8-point program that 8-point habits that we go through that I call the Dream G sequence. But the one of the G's represents greens, right? And the thing, you have a lot of cortisol in your system. One of the things that will help, and there are a lot of things that will help, but the one in particular that we want to talk about that will help is to put more greens in your diet. Now, of course, that's not a natural response, because like you said, we're in the middle of a pop off or recovering from one. We are typically going to turn to the foods that are unhealthy, that are run contrary to our goals. Well, this is something that, again, you can create within yourself. You can use as a way to help lower your stress levels, decrease the cortisol that's running through your body, and ultimately get to a place where you can calm yourself down. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention is cortisol. Excessive amounts of cortisol in the body, it actually contributes to belly fat. So most of us, we have little guts, pouches. I know I got one, right, that I'm consistently working through and doing all kinds of things. But what I recognized, and I wanted to make sure that I shared, is that it's not just the foods that you eat. It's when you're under high levels of stress, right? So when you're in the midst of a pop off or recovering from one, it's really important and imperative for our health, for the longevity of our health, to begin creating these habits that will ultimately assist us um, in simmering down and maintaining the relationships that we have, whether those relationships are with loved ones, co-workers, with ourselves, right? And so I just wanted to deliver this to you because I know that when I'm in the midst of a pop off or I'm about to pop off, right? One of the things that my natural go tos, natural turn tos, are those things that are not necessarily good for me. But eating greens, grab a green smoothie, saute some spinach and onions and peppers and mushrooms, get it in with some coconut oil. These are all things, the vegetable, and we do green smoothies a lot. So you get your handful of spinach or kale, add a cup of some fruit, add some good fat, some healthy fat in there, whether that's a little spoonful of coconut oil or peanut butter or almonds, a handful of almonds, right? And so all of these things actually help to decrease stress. So who knew? All this time that, the food that we were taking in was increasing our stress. Who freaking knew? Well, I knew. That's what I'm telling you. So comment below. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Share it with a friend. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down if you hated it, and subscribe if you get a chance. So I'll talk to you later. Again, thanks for joining me for the Simmer Down series, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace, y'all.